Good morning, students. Welcome to the English Literature part for Class 9. I'm Ria Banerjee, and the topic for today is The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost. So, as we have already studied so far, let me explain the central theme of the poem. In the poem The Road Not Taken, the road symbolizes our life. The poet says that the path that we don't choose in our life is the road not taken. He describes his feelings about that particular choice that he had left in the past life. The past, which we choose, decides our future, our destination. So we must be wise while making those choices in our life. So we have completed stanza 1, and now we have the stanza 2 with us. Before I begin explaining, I'm again going to tell you about the symbol of the path of the two roads that are diverged. Here, the two roads do not signify the mere roads, but the choices of our life, as I have explained earlier. So now, let's explain the second stanza. Then took the other as just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted fair, though as for that the passing there had warned them really about the same. In the first stanza, the poet says that he had finally chosen the other one. And now he's trying to explain the other route. Let's see the word meanings. The first one, fair, then took the others as just as fair, means as good as the other road, and having perhaps the better claim. So he thought while he was moving and going across the road, he thought that the other road was just the better choice, just a better option than the other one. In the similar way, in our own life also, we think about more than two or more than three choices in our life regarding our career. And we start believing that the choice that we have taken is the best choice or the better choice than the other. That's simply nothing, but we are judging our own decision. It's simply a perspective of a young narrator. Next we have, he is explaining why did he choose the road. Because it was grassy and wanted wear. Grassy means unused, as if something somewhere it is more green, which signifies that people have not gone on that place. Wanted where also, it was not walked over by many people. Though as for that, the passing there means as he was passing through the road, the other road, had warned them really about the same. So he realized and he found that both the roads are equally traveled. Means that he was previously thinking the other road was as fair, it was a better claim, it was not worn out, it was grassy. Later on, he simply realized, even in the second stanza itself, the poet is telling, he realized that the other way, the other path is also similar than the place, the road which he is traveling. Now, we are focusing on the literary devices. In the second stanza, there are many literary devices used. The first one today I'm going to explain is the simile. Now, what is a simile? A simile is a device used to compare things with familiar objects or familiar things to let the readers relate it easily. So, why is he relating it? Let's look at the sentence, look at the line. Then took the other as just as fair. So, here he is comparing the two roads with each other. He is comparing that both the roads are quite similar to each other. Next literary device we have is assonance. Now, what is assonance? Assonance is the repetition of vowel sounds a and a in quick succession in the line. So, it is the repetition of vowel sound. Where did it happen? It happened in the third, in the fourth line, not the third line, the fourth line. Though, as for that, the passing there. Here, another literary device is used, that is consonance. Look at here. Consonance means the repetition of consonant sound. The sound is repeated. Though, that, the, there. Though, as for that, the passing there. Consonance is also used as a literary device in that particular sentence. Next literary device is personification. Look at the line. Because it was grassy and wanted wear. Here, the poet is trying to tell that the road, let me read from here in the third line of the second stanza. It is the road as if signified as a human being. And that particular human being wants to wear and tear. As if the road is more like a human. It itself wants to be worn out. The road wants other people to walk on it. So, in this way, we can say that these are the literary devices that we have. Now, let's continue with the summary of the second stanza. So, what have we realized? We have realized that the speaker finally takes the other path, judging it to be just as good a choice as the first, and believes it a better option of the two. Now, initially, he starts thinking that the road he is choosing is just the better rather than the road which he did not choose. Since it is grassy and looks less worn than the other path. So, even in our own life, we take any path or option, but all of them have similar disadvantages or advantages, sometimes problems also, challenges, but we must face them with equal courage. Here, not only this, though now that the speaker has actually walked on the second road, he or she thinks that in reality the two roads must have been more or less equally walked in. So, as this poem is about our own life from the perspective of a young narrator, he decided to choose the path less traveled by. It clarifies a common misunderstanding that one road was less traveled than the other. We always think that the thing, the material, or the object that we have is better than the other. We never think that both the objects could be equal to each other, could be similar to each other. But we always think either ours is the best or which we do not have is the best. So, this is a common misunderstanding among young people. So, this stanza justifies the uncertainty of the character as he tries to justify himself that his decision is the right one for him. So, students, that's all for today. I hope you have understood the second stanza. So, thank you. I'll continue with this explanation in the next video. Bye bye.